a negative person is service to self. Okay, when you're negative, you're controlling, and you're working on only what you need and want. So this is service to self. And on this side, it's energy flows in a pyramid. Okay? In other words, service to self means, on this side, you're controlling people for energy. This is all about energy. Interaction with people is all about energy. Again, Celestine Prophecy, you can read more about that. So the question is, are you trying to take energy from people, or are you trying to give energy to people? And on the negative side, you're always trying to take energy from people. The person at the top of the pyramid takes energy from everybody underneath them. In other words, this person here is controlling the people underneath them, and they in turn control people underneath them, and the energy flows up. This is the corporate world. This is government. I mean, this is why some of them are so powerful. Now, it doesn't have to work like this. I mean, there can be positive corporations, and there are positive corporations. But anyway, on this side, and the irony of this is that somebody at the top of the pyramid may think they're really at the top, but they aren't. It's like anytime you think you're the toughest kid on the block, you find out, oh, there was another tougher kid. It's the same process here. There's always going to be something more powerful than you think you're the most powerful. Okay, so service to self, energy flows up. Of course, on this side, guess what? Service to others. That's no surprise, probably. Service to others, and again, you're an energy giver. And the reason you can be an energy giver is because you don't take energy from other people, but you draw it from the divine source. And the way you do that is you learn how to open up your chakras and balance, and then the energy can draw the energy through you, and then you have infinite amount of energy to do with whatever you want. Again, achieving the levels of n squared that we talked about. So, if you don't have to rely on others for your energy, then obviously you don't need to control them. If you can get all the energy you need through everybody calls it something else, but the higher source is one, the divine source, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't really matter. Okay, on this side, how do you release? Well, you got to learn to be more loving. Okay, you're going to use, now awareness I'm going to put over here, but obviously when you're aware of control dramas, you can use them, use that awareness to enhance your ability to control. So awareness, understanding, growth and healing. All right, so as you become more aware, then you have an understanding of that awareness. Healing and growth are the result. Okay, and again, these can be applied over there as well. If you understand control dramas, then you can say you could grow more into the use of the control dramas. Healing is relative to both sides, but you can heal on the negative side as well. I mean, in fact, some of you may know or have heard, there are psychics and healers on this side as well as this side. Not all psychics and healers and people in the spiritual world are working on a positive realm. A lot of them are trying to control and use their gifts for a lot of different purposes. Okay, so on this side, of course, we have an energy giver. We already talked about that. And you are supportive. True support, most people don't have a good handle on what it means to be truly supportive. But on this side, you are supportive because you're giving energy in various ways, help, consciousness, verbal, workshops. That's energy giver. Okay, and we're going to put down here, just so you know what it takes to be a controlling person, you have to have your heart chakra closed. And this is ironic, but I know a lot of people who have had heart surgery who are also very controlling. So there's your physical consequences. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to have it closed the whole time. But having it closed the whole time helps you master this side. Because you can't control people and cause them pain and have your heart chakra open. Okay, again over here, heart chakra, well, guess what? You know the answer. Heart chakra is open, right? Okay, now let's talk about what happens when you're in the neutral zone. All right, the first thing is here you learn how to control. Here you're going to learn how to release. Here the answer is don't change. Because unfortunately, most people have no clue that this is important, and most people are living in the neutral zone. And we're going to show what happens when you do that. Okay, to do that, we're going to put some things on here. Catalyst. Catalyst is an action that initiates an experience. Okay, catalyst has ambiguous, too many, and obscure side effects. Okay, again, here, on either path, negative or positive, if you polarize strongly enough, you can manifest anything you want in your life. You can manifest physical healing, you can manifest material power, anything you want, on both sides. Okay, so here what happens is an action has ambiguous, obscure side effects, because what you're doing is you're living part of your life in the positive, part of your life in the negative, and we'll go over that in a little more in detail. But so you're having ambiguous manifestations. You may have something that manifests that you think is good, but it has a negative side effect. Okay, and one of the examples of this might be you want more money, so you manifest a new job, but you like it less. Okay, or here's another really obscure one. Say you got in a fender bender with somebody and you fell in love with them. Okay, now that's ambiguous manifestation. You had a negative consequence, and a positive consequence. Okay, so on this one, you're an energy yo-yo. And guess what? You're conflictive. Because you're afraid to manifest because of what your experiences have been. You become manifest gun shy. You're like, oh, I've had a lot of experiences and they don't always work out the way I want them to. This is this world right here. Okay, and the heart is, guess what? Open and closed. It goes back and forth. All right. Now we got a lot more to enter on this chart, but I'm going to write down this one because this is the key word of the day. Manifestation. You got energy in, you're programming your thoughts and actions with polarity, and then that takes you down one of these paths, and that's how you end up where you are today. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay. Now let's talk about what you have to do besides learn control dramas that keep you on the negative side. Any of these that I list here will pull you negative. And some people can imagine them. Let's talk about hate, anger, anxiety, jealousy. I mean, this goes on and on, this list. Fear, lying, cheating, stealing. I mean, these are pretty basic, you can see. Stress, greed, arguing,